Crafter's Choice event. We are so happy that you're here. If you're seeing this live, red live button up there, we are live. If not, you're on the replay. That's great too. Just type in hashtag replay. Let me know that you stopped by. We are going to, so it's Crafter's Choice. We can do whatever we want. And tomorrow over on Facebook is a live Memory Decks event. And Guided Creations has created some really awesome printables for dogs and cats, puppies and paws and claws. So I thought I would pull out my lovely dog book that I've made, and I'm to the point now where I can just have fun with it and add photos and do all the fun things. And people are always asking me, what do you do with these books? So I will show you what to do with one, how to use one, how to fill it in. Let's see. Maybe if my photo's printed. Oh no. I sent a bunch of things to the printer and then I just grabbed them and kind of hoped. And here we go. Okay, we do have some pictures printed. Hello everyone. Hi Phyllis. Hi Carol. Okay, so I've got, well, that one didn't print out right. But I do have some of my cute little doggy. And they did print out right. Now I have a secret trick for printing these out like this. I get the printer app I kind of upload all my photos, and then it sends them all to this page, and then I screenshot the page, and then I add it to my photos, and then I print this page. So they're all like just a certain size. It was supposed to print many more pages of that, and for whatever reason, it did not. So we're just gonna go with what we've got for right now and have a good play with this Crafter's Choice, where I'm gonna play in this little puppy book. And we'll see what we get here. I'll show you guys my puppy book. And I even have some things to put in there. Let me shoot this one up, but we're gonna try and make it work. And we've got some cute little phrases. This is part of the Paws and Claws collection. All right, well, let's see what we can do. We can just have some fun in here. And this is always like the fun part. Once you've made your book, you can just kind of have a play. Now, I really wanted this to be a shaker, so you can see there's little puppy paws and things in there, but I used the wrong glitter. I didn't use microfine glitter, I used tinsel, and I also left it open back here so that I could slide a photo. I was hoping to see her photo in there with all these little shaky bits, but the tinsel really just clings to this acetate. So if you want to do it like that, make sure you check on your glitter and don't use tinsel. Hi guys, there are my friends. There's Leah with Make All the Things With Me. She's up after me. And there's Christy's Crafty Cottage. She is our lovely host of the Artistry Collective and the lady who brings us all together. She'll be going on after Leah from Make All the Things With Me. Thank you so much for pouring the coffee and sharing and doing all the things. Now I don't remember what kind of a box this was made from, but it was made from a box. I've got a fabric here. Let's do some measurements. Everybody always wants to know what the measurements are. This book is almost 7 by almost 6. And then the spine is a 2-inch spine. And it has 2 signatures. I love it. I forget what event I made this for so long ago. The paper that I've used in here is all from Hobby Lobby. And these lovely little sentiments are from Hobby Lobby as well. I think it's going to mesh very nicely with the Paws and Claws set. I'm sorry, this is not a horizontal view. I always like a horizontal view, but they think we need to be vertical now. So, so you guys are getting to see just parts and pieces of the book. I'm sorry, I'll try to stay in frame. If I move it over this way, you just see this column here of my setup. I've got to figure out how to do it better. All right, but you can see as we go through, there are some cute little envelopes. There's packing paper, cardstock, and then the pattern paper is all from Hobby Lobby. It is Paper Studio, and it was in one of their collection packs. So I just thought I would put this together. I did sew each and every little pocket here that's in this. And this is a slipped spine, so I can put things in and out. Yeah, another camera to go overhead. Yeah, especially since they like this new vertical thing. My contraption here to hold my phone just really doesn't work with it very well for the vertical view. And I really rely on my phone since I'm all about accessibility. Here is a tag page. I love this little page. And some regular note paper. And then we're into the second signature. Now this is part of the beautiful collection from the Puppy Paws and Claws. And I'm going to be putting this in here in my journal. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. The colors just go really nice. I was going to put it right here. I'm not sure how I feel about the florals with this pattern here, but definitely maybe on the signature covers. I printed out another one so I could use it there. And the second signature is just more of the same here. I really just focused on making them similar. And yep, there's a tag page, there's this, and these pull out so I can put more photos in there. So I thought we'd just have a play in here today, and I could maybe get some actual photos in here. Here is my Remy. This was when we first brought her home. So I can maybe put some photos of her right there. I think these two pictures will be great. I love this one. She is part corgi and part rat terrier. And we all love the little heart shape on her head. You can kind of see it there. Okay, so I've got just 9 photos because the other ones didn't print out. And that's all right. We'll just print them out. Now, when we first got Remy, we did not know she was a pancreatitis dog. So we had her for a few days. And then she was not feeling well, partially because we had switched her food to a better food than what she had been on. And we took her for things like a pup cup and all these things, and we had no idea that she was a pancreatitis dog because they didn't tell us that when we got her. We got her from somebody who told us they were rehoming her because they just didn't have time to have a dog. So that was what we thought the switch was for. And in all reality, I think it was because they just couldn't afford to have a dog that needed to go to the vet and be on a prescription diet and all the things. So irregardless, she came to live with us. Hi, Sharon. And this is going to be her book. Okay. So we're just going to cut these photos out. I use my trimmer. You can use a decal trimmer. I just got a decal trimmer, and I'm a little late to join the party, but I always had decal scissors, so I just thought, I don't really need a decal trimmer. And then it went on sale. Isn't that just the way? And if you don't know what a decal trimmer is, I did showcase this the other day on Tool Talk Tuesday on Facebook. Okay, so here we are. Let's cut these out a little more. Now these all have a frame around them, and my printing program did that. You can kind of see it there. And I think it looks really nice. You don't have to keep that frame. You can cut them down, but it makes them all the same size as well, which I really like. And uses up the 8.5 by 11 printer page pretty well. Now, I don't know that they intend for you to do it that way, but, you know, that's how I wanted to do it. And I do that in my iPhone camera roll as well. So when I open up my photos in the camera roll, I sometimes will just screenshot. And then that screenshot will have all your pictures in there that were kind of evenly spaced out in your camera roll, and it kind of makes one photo, and I save it to my photos, and then I print that out, and then it makes them smaller, which is great. Hopefully you guys are following me. All right, so we've got some photos of her here, and this one was one of my first favorites. I just love her ears there. I don't know what I just dropped. I saw something drop. But I think this one is just so sweet. And I'm going to put the date that we brought her home. And then maybe we'll put some stickers with her name. And I want to use, Oh boy, where is it? I haven't used it in a really long time. Saltwater taffy. Ooh, it's like somewhere. Oh, way down there. Yikes. Okay. It shouldn't be this much work to get to your ink, guys. But it is. And hopefully I don't lose the whole stack here. Ugh. Oh man, they just went sideways. A couple of them. This is what happens when you have so many inks and you don't want to lay them on their side. There we go. We're good. We got it. Okay. Saltwater taffy. I'm going to ink around the edges. Maybe. Do I have? Here we go. Yes, this is the one that's always into trouble. She is my craft room crook. We only have one dog, and she's enough, let me tell you. This was one of the first pictures that we took of her. We had to drive to the other side of Washington to get to her. So we live in Western Washington, and we went to Eastern Washington to bring her home. All right, so just like anything, I'm going to ink the edges. Now, here's the thing. If you're using photos and you want to preserve them and you are, you know, especially a scrapbooker from a long time ago, you'll want to use things that are archival quality and photo safe. A lot of times, if you purchase paper crafting items, they will say things like that on them. Honestly, I'm doing it around my photos. Oh, here we go. So safe, acids, non-toxic. It does not say photo safe, but non-toxic, acid-free. There you go. That's what you're looking for. So if you really want to preserve your photos, you'll want to use products like that. If you're unsure if they're products like that, or you don't want to do it right onto your photo, put your photo in a photo sleeve and then put it on your page, and you can decorate right around it. I don't worry about it so much because I figure, yes, I'd like these items to be passed down and saved and preserved, but, you know, if they make it 40, 50, 100 years, I'm okay with that. I don't think anybody's going to put my sweet little Remy in a museum somewhere. Like 100 years from now. Who knows? I could be wrong, but, you know, who knows? Okay, see, so there is the opening page of this. And you can kind of tell this picture looks really sweet, but I think she's just begging for help there because she did not feel good. She looks really sweet. She loved a Sherpa to lay in, and we end up having to take her to the vet. That was where she got her prescription diet and all the things. We put her in some cute little jammies. And she got a new toy. That was a big donut toy that she used to wing around, but it died because she is a toy destroyer. Okay, so I was thinking on some of these pages, maybe on this one, I want to skip ahead a little bit for the doctor visit because we had no idea that she even needed to go to the doctor. So we'll put this here. And you can see I've already kind of lightly decorated these pages. I just kind of left them because I wasn't sure what my plan would be for them. And sometimes that's okay. You know, you can create a book or a journal or an altered book or whatever you want to make and just get it ready. And then when you have photos or you feel more inspired or whatever the case is, maybe you've created it and you're like, ugh, I'm so tired of looking at this theme. I need to move on. And that happens to me a lot. So now I can go back and really have fun doing some of the decorating. And sometimes, you know, it's stressful enough just to make the base, the book. So it is great to be able to go back and just play with the pictures and the decorating and how I want it to be. You know, maybe at the time it was too stressful to figure out printing all of these pictures and all the things. And I'm a firm believer that things happen in their own time. So, you know, if you didn't have everything printed all out and we're ready at the time, I don't stress about it. I just wait and oh look, puppy love is the best love. Now these pieces are from Cynthia's set. So what you do with these is you simply cut them out. This is what we call fussy cutting because it's a little fussy, and you just cut them out like this. Or if you are one that has figured out how to do the cutting out from files on your Cricut, you cut them out like that and it does all the cutting for you. I need to figure that out because I do have a Cricut here that just sits. You can also do it with your Silhouette and the Brother Scan and Cut. Now some files aren't meant for those cutters and you will have to do your own fussy cutting, but the ones that are, it can definitely save your hands if you know how to maneuver that software and get it all done. But look how cute. We could even just put a little bone right there. Or we could cut out one of these, and you don't have to cut out all of these. If sometimes I just leave them like this and I'm like, okay, I'll just cut them out as I need them. And I think that's really fun. These ones are pretty easy to cut out, but there are some more detailed ones in this collection. There's like some flowers and things that are very beautiful. Sometimes if I don't feel like cutting them out individually, I'll print them on like vellum. I've seen them be really beautifully printed on fabric as well. So, you know, if you're not a fussy cutter, that's okay. How's everybody's week been going? Mine's going. I've been going to the chiropractor, and I'm not sure if it's helping or not, but I go again tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully he does something more than just adjust my neck. My neck apparently is way out of alignment and will not stay in alignment, so I've had it adjusted twice. And hopefully tomorrow when I go again, it will be in okay shape to do whatever is next. Okay, here we go. So now we just need to cut out these little pieces, and then the white edges, because I'm not the best fussy cutter with visual issues and all the things, I just go around it with my ink and call it good. Oh, look, that is like a perfect fit, although I do want to be able to see her ears. So maybe I will save this and put it over here with a photo of her, and I know you can't see that. All right, let's keep going. I also want to add in a page. Cynthia's collection had this beautiful pop print page, and I think it was in the cat collection, but I'm not going to let that hold me back from using it here in the dog collection either. Look at these cute little chairs. Now, Cynthia tried to be really inclusive, and of course, my dog is crossbreed, so my dog is not going to be in any of these, but you can, of course, cut your own dog out and put them on these little chairs, and I think I will do that. Same goes here. Look at these beautiful prints. So she's giving you some blank ones, and you can put your own dog in there, and I think that's absolutely fabulous. Now, this one didn't print right. My printer tried to eat it, but I'm okay with this because there's little paw prints here. So I think I'm going to cut this out and make a journaling card out of it. So sometimes when things don't work the way they're supposed to, it ends up being okay. I think I want to add this in too. I really like this little paw print right here. And this is the page I was trying to get to. I absolutely love this one. It has all, I think they're supposed to be kitty paw prints, but paw prints are paw prints in my world. And I am okay putting them in here. So what we need to do now is we need to cut this out. The white always prints. I don't know how to make it not do that. If I could make it not do that, that would be fantastic. But, you know, my printer software, I say no border, fit to page, no border, and it still just does its thing. So that's okay. Some people use this paper right here to make little strips. They will stamp on it or make ruffles. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just depends. And right now my craft room is in kind of a disaster state, so I'm not saving it right now. Okay, so we're almost done with this. Oop, there we go. Now this is just regular printer paper, nothing special, nothing fancy. And it's in bright white because I wanted to capture all the vivid colors that are on this digital printable from Guided Creation Printables. If you missed that, we're going to be doing an event out on Facebook tomorrow, the Memory Decks event, and there's a bunch of freebies so you can play along. And today we're doing Crafter's Choice here with the Artistry Collective, so I thought it would be fun to break out this doggy book and put some new pages and some photos in here and just kind of have fun adding things to it. I love this picture, and I love this fabric that I found. Of course, it didn't have my dog because she's a crossbreed, but you know, still really cute. It has paw prints, it has little dog houses and bones, so very, very fun. Now we can choose to put that there or not, I don't know yet. And this paper, if we fold it this way, we'll have two to put in here. Okay, so since this is a slipped spine, I'm going to fold it in half like this. I cut off all the white borders, folding it in half like a hot dog. And then we're going to cut it in half right here and see how it stacks up in here. I think it'll be okay to just add in like this. We're going to go to the center of the signature. Hello, tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we are doing Creator's Choice or Crafter's Choice, a live craft and chat here on YouTube like we do every Wednesday pretty much. Okay. So there's that. Now I want this to be just a little bit shorter. Yep. Needs to be just a little bit shorter to fit in here. So without measuring, I'm just going to take a little bit off. And these little pieces that I'm taking off will make cute little cluster strips on the sides of some other pages. So I will save those. Sorry, Sharon. Okay, I think that's going to be about the right. Yep. Okay, and actually, so I don't have to find the center of the signature and just use them there if I want to back them. But the reason I'm going to do the center of the signature is, I'll show you guys why. I'm going to put it in there and I'm going to glue it together. So that way it's a little more sturdy, and because this is just printer paper, but I think it goes so well with this color scheme and theme, and I just wanted to put these in here. So I've got one for each signature, like so, and like so. So we're going to go find the center here and see what I've already got in there. And if I need to rearrange, I absolutely can. Now, if I really wanted to, I could put this in so that each piece is on the side of like this packaging paper that you cannot see because of this new vertical view I'm not used to. There we go, packaging paper. And we could make it a fun little half page like glued to that, but there we go. So the center of the signature right now is just lined paper anyways. What we could do, if we didn't want to, let me show you two things we can do. This is a slipped spine, so we can open to the center of the signature and just put it in here like this. Now, we could glue this together since the paper is thin, and it would be fine. That would mean it cannot come out. So we won't be able to move this around because we're gluing in the string in there. And that also means that we won't be able to see this string. Now, another option is to go the other direction, like this. and glue this blue paper to the back side. So then it becomes one with this blue paper. On the back becomes this, so it's still nice and sturdy, and I think I like this option better. Then we can remove the whole thing if we ever needed to or wanted to, and it doesn't close off our slipped spine. We could also glue this like a pocket, but it's not very sturdy because it's just printer paper, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down on both sides. Like, whoops, let's maybe try to glue it a little more straight. There we go. Now we do have a little bit of a length difference over here, but that's okay. We can put a trim there or some cute little photos or something. And then this will be a really awesome background paper for any of those photos that I just printed out. So I really like it. And I like that this still gives me options. The whole point of a slipped spine book is to have some options. So if you're creating your book, and maybe you haven't gathered all the things or you haven't found all the things you want to put in there, it's okay to start your book and still just get started. You can make a slipped spine so you can still move all the pages around if you need to. If you need to add pages later, you absolutely can do that. And it just gives you so many choices, and I love it. Okay, so let's go to the second signature and see what we've got in the center. And hopefully we can just slip that page in again. Sometimes I do them exactly the same and sometimes I don't. So we'll see. We'll see what I did here. I did exactly the same. Yay, that's great. So we'll just go ahead and fold this way. And I think this is a nice pattern to have at the center of the signature. Something a little more interesting than blue lined paper. There we go. And we'll put it right in there. I love that. Now, if you didn't do a slipped spine and you still want to add in different papers or whatever, there is a thing called a tip-in, and there's always ways that you can add extra pages to your books. I do have videos here on YouTube about tip-ins. You can always use an envelope. The tabs are perfect to add them to any other page that you want. And even if you don't have an envelope, you can still use your page. Just fold it, make a little hinge, and then you can put it into your book. There we go. That's what I was trying to say, a hinge. Words are apparently hard. Okay, I love that. Thank you, Cynthia, for such cute paper to work with. I absolutely love it. Okay. So, I also wanted to do... Now, my little error page that printed an error, I obviously won't have two of those, and I won't be able to duplicate it. So what I plan to do in that place is I will use a piece of this one and try to make it the same but different as my little mess up page that printed only part of it. I don't know what my printer is doing. It's like it had a little stutter. It was supposed to print 3 pages of photos and it only printed 1 and like a little blip of 1. And then it printed this page as just a little blip here and not the rest. But you know, that's okay. You can sometimes find some really good ideas for the pages that are printed in error and still use them. Ooh, this one's kind of ripped. We'll see what we can get done here. To take some scissors and to fix that side up a little bit. And then this one, when it does this, and it leaves all of this extra paper over here, I will put this in a pile and I still coffee dye or whatever dye this paper so it doesn't go to waste. Or I use it for notes or whatever I need, but I still try to use it because otherwise that's a lot of waste paper. It's almost the whole page. Sorry, Sharon, I can't throw it away. I can't do it. Anybody else like that? Is this journal from your need to be? Oh gosh, Chris, yes, it is. This one was in a little pouch that I have. I sometimes will put collections in a little plastic pouch like this. And it had the whole book in there, and it has remnants of things that I wanted to put in the book and I just didn't get to. So yes, this is in my need to be finished books. So this one will be a little bit of an ongoing book though, because it has my dog in there. So I don't know about you guys, but I seem to take a lot of pictures of my dog and my cats and whatever else whatever else. My flowers, whatever inspires me. I miss Instagram the way that it used to be. It was just like, here's a photo of like what I see in my life today. And now it's trying to be more like Facebook, which makes sense because Meta bought them. But it's all about reels and videos and music and noise and all the things. And I used to love that it was just photos. Anybody else feel that way? All right, so I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna cut just this side, and I'm gonna make this piece be the same size. So we're just going to use a piece of this to make it match up to this one that was a mishap. And then I'll have one for each of my signatures to do as I please here. The craft room crook comes to mind. Yes, that would be good. I've just been calling it the doggy book. I think I left it to the side for a while because I was kind of frustrated with the glitter mishap that I had. I used the wrong glitter. I used tinsel glitter and it's sticking too much to this acetate, so you can't really see the sprinkles, or a photo if I wanted to, which I did want to put a photo in there. So I kind of cast it away and didn't work on it, but I think it's still a good book. It's still really cute. It's still gonna do all the things I wanted to do. So I need to stop pouting or just get over yourself, like Tim Holtz says. Okay, so this would be, I think, really cute to put like on the edge of this packaging paper. And since it's too tall, this one could wrap around like this and just make a little note spot up here. And it could even be a little flip up note spot. We could put a tab, all the things. But this side, I think I will glue down. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ink it first because it's got that white edge since I just cut it out. There's my little ink dabber. And usually once I choose an ink color, I try to stick with it throughout most of the book. Doesn't mean I can't add ink colors, but I do try to have like a base ink that I'm doing mostly with in the same color. So for this one, it's saltwater taffy because it goes really well with the paper collection that's kind of more blues and pinks. They did sneak in some red in there for these fire hydrants, which I thought was a little weird, but it does work. And I noticed I don't have any trims in this book yet either, so I'm a trim girl. I will need to get some trims in here. Okay, here's this one. We'll ink the other one in just a second. Yeah, all the leftover scraps was sent to Sharon. I'm sure she would love that. Sorry, Sharon. Okay, so let's put this, I think it's gonna go from here to about here. So I'm gonna put my glue here. Now we could have used a scoreboard and scored the top exactly where it's gonna be going, but you know, this is a junk journal. I don't always worry about those things. If those things make you happy and make it easier for you, then you do what works best for you. I just want to put it on here like so. It would be great though if it would line up a little better. I do like some things to line up. Not always like so crooked and wonky about like every little thing, but there we go. We'll put some ink in there. And then this little piece is going to make a little flip flap. And it's going to fold right at the top. And this is where I was talking about if it makes you happy to score it and then bend it, do that. If you don't want to worry about it, then do it like this. Okay, so now we can put a little photo here. Let's see what that would look like. I'm not going to glue it down just yet because I don't know what photos I want in the second signature. Since it didn't print all my photos. Oh, but look how cute that would look. Oh boy. And then you can write around here, you know, that she absolutely loves Sherpas. And this is also where you'll need to decide if you want to do your photos in chronological order or if you just kind of want to make them random. Sometimes I like the idea of just having them random. In here we could put this small photo or we could put a larger one. There is room to put something bigger. All of these are, what's the size of these? These printed out 3 to a row, so it's like 2.5 by 3, and then there's a frame around them. Remy, no, I don't know what she's barking at. I guess she feels like if we are making a book about her, she has to chime in. Okay, maybe in the first signature, once we get this other page like this down, I will like it more, and we'll put that photo there. So let's do the same thing, but in the first signature. So we're going to ink this and see how they're very similar. This was my accident page, and I still just wanted to use it so it didn't go to waste. And then this was just another piece of the paper, so I did create another half of this, which I will probably use as well, since I took a chunk out of it. So digital printing is not always perfect. There's a lot of room for error in both human error, computer, printer error, all the errors, paper jams, all the things. But for the most part, I'm able to use just about everything that prints out. Hush your dog, Sharon. Oh. She doesn't hush very much. Not at all. Especially if there's cars or trucks or tractors or people. She's not a people kind of dog. Okay, so let's go to this other signature here. We'll go kind of to this side. This is about the same-ish. Has washi tape on it as well. It's the packaging paper, so that'll be, and it's, oh, it's not the back one. What did I do? I did the next, no, there it is. I did like the third one in. So there's 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll put on this one. We'll be consistent. We'll put it on the third one. And the paper will look a little bit different, but I'm okay with that. Here we go. And I love that it has this pink washi tape down here. I don't think the other one had that, but that's okay. It had a different one. Again, your signatures in a junk journal don't have to match. Remember, there's no rules. You can do it however you want, even if your book is looking more like a scrapbook. Now, what sets this apart from a scrapbook? Well, first of all, it was made from packaging. So I repurposed some sort of packaging. I don't know if it was a noodle box or what came in it initially, but I grabbed it up and decided it needed to become a book. And then I did use scrapbook paper to fill in. I also used packaging paper, so there are some things that would be otherwise thrown away that would just be junk. And so there are some junk things in here, but it's okay to mix and match. There's no rules in junk journaling. There's no rules. I mean, there is some rules in scrapbooking. I owned a scrapbook store for quite a few years, and I've been paper crafting for well over 25 years now. Man, that makes me feel old. But you know, you set your own limits. So this is your craft. If this book is for you, if it's about your dog or your daughter or your plants or whatever you want to make a book about, it's all up to you what you do with it. So yeah, there are no rules. It's, you know, when I was scrapbooking, there was rules. There was like, you had to do archival things, you had to do photo safe things, you some would say you had to do chronological order, and that all just stressed me out because I don't know about you guys, but I used to print so many photos. My stuff was just not organized. And that was the part I didn't like. I really liked being able to use mixed media things, metals and all the things, and you know, put everything in there. And it was really hard to do that and still be within the rules of what people said was good scrapbooking. And I realized I didn't like that. It stressed me out so much. So now I just make themed books about whatever I want, however I want to make them. I don't worry about rules. I don't worry about, you know, is this paper acid free? I don't worry about that stuff. I just kind of do. I just make. I did learn one thing though about myself. I'm not a finisher. I think I'm afraid to finish because then, as far as finishing the book goes, I'm afraid to finish because then I have to decide what happens for the book, and that part of it just kind of scares me a little bit. I like to know the destiny of my books, and so sadly, I have many books. I can't even tell you how many. Probably over 100, just sitting here. Which is kind of sad because somebody could be using them. But yeah, they're just sitting here waiting for me to snatch them up and finish. So, I need to do that. I really do. Okay, so I decided this is the back of the signature. Just going to glue this on, and this has been cut with a decal edge. I used my decal edge trimmer. I love this. And I'll probably find a little trim here and maybe even a little picture of Remy. I could take her, like one of these pictures, and cut around her little head and put it right there, or whatever. It's okay to cut your photos as well. You know, you decide what you do with your photos and your things. So she's not rolling over in this picture. This says roll over. These are stickers. But how cute is this? Just put this little photo on here. Now see, my photo frame doesn't really fit. But we can cut it. Yeah, 25 years to put your pictures in an album. Finally said, heck with the rules. That's right. So I was always afraid, like, if I put my pictures in here, what if I find another picture that needs to go with that day or that theme or that whatever? But at the same time, if you don't do it and they're just sitting in the box, are you really telling this story anyways? So there's that. And then I was so stressed. I was making all of these scrapbooks because I thought I needed one for each kid and like all the things. And then my kids said, Mom, I don't know why you're stressing out. I don't even want a scrapbook. I'm like, oh, all right, well, shame on me. I didn't know that you wouldn't want your childhood photos. Yeah, isn't this fun? A little donut. That was one of her favoriteest toys for a while, was a donut. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges and glue it here. And then I've got some donut stickers somewhere that I will come in and add later. I think I even have a donut charm, so I could hang a little donut charm from here. And I don't care what day this was. A lot of times I try to put the date and the name of the critter or person, just because you know, years from now people might not know, or maybe I'll forget. So it's good to put names with faces and whatever, but this book is all going to be just her, so that's okay. That's right, let it go. My grandbaby has been watching Frozen, and we've been singing Let It Go like nobody's business. I kind of like that without all this extra carpet, so I'm just gonna crop it. I am a cropper. I constantly hit edit on my photos in my phone, and I crop them down. I crop out things I don't like. I crop out everything. Oh, I try not to alter every photo, but you know, sometimes it's difficult. I think cropping that down though really put more of the focus on her and her playing with that toy. Well, that's all right. I still have made many pages and I'm going to have a book for each of them. And eventually someday maybe they'll want them when they become a little more sentimental about their past. I know, you know, things change as you mature. I know that had my grandmother made me something like that, I would have just been absolutely floored to have that, especially after she passed. Anything I find with her handwriting on it, I just cherish these days because she's gone. So, you know, I miss her. I miss her handwriting. I miss her stories. And I would have loved to have anything like that. Okay, so let's see. What else do we have here? I have some stickers. And, you know, even if you are a junk journaler, you can still use your scrapbook things. You can still use scrapbook paper. There's no rules. So if you have stickers around, like this kit came with papers and stickers. And it came with little frames, little photo frames like this. And I love these. I obviously didn't print my photos big enough, but I think this will be so cute. How fun will this be to be on a page in there? And then I can put, you know, a caption or a date or something. And so I need a bigger photo for that one. And of course, you don't have to use everything that comes in the kit either. So if you're not liking some of the things that are in there, gather your own things. Like it has all kinds of little, this is now what we would call ephemera, but in the scrapbooking world, we call them embellishments. So it has all kinds of little bones and phrases, and they're all in the same style and color palette. So it is really nice that they just kind of match. This one says Puppy Love, My Dog, Gotcha Day. I could have put that. I put Welcome Home rather than the Gotcha Day. I don't know that she's best in show, but all of those things. And I have them still all together so that I can use them or add them as I see fit here. Okay, let's see. Do I want to put, I want to put her name here and I want to put the date here. I'm trying to decide. R-E, the M is going to be yellow. What color will the I be? Oh, it'll be this. Okay, yeah, I think that'll work. It's going to be different colors because these stickers only have certain letters and certain colors, so, you know, that's okay. And this part of putting the stickers on, they don't have to be straight. They can be wonky. So don't stress out putting stickers on. If you do, there is a tip. You can use your ruler. Oh boy, these stickers might prove to be a little bit of a challenge for me. They have this. It's not completely cut out, that's why. Okay, there we go. You can use a ruler. Let's see. Sometimes I do that anyways, just because, not necessarily because I want it to be straight, but because I want it to be equal distance with the space that I have available. So we're just going to stick it kind of on the edge here. And we're going to leave it hanging over. See? Just like this. This also allows you to put some glue, because I'm going to put some glue back there. Glue, tape for today, glue for tomorrow. That even applies with me for most stickers, if I remember. I will glue them down so that they don't get out and go rogue over the time. Okay, so this one is a really skinny one. There we go. So you can see it's a little bit easier to line it up on your ruler than it might be. Now, if you really don't care, just stick them down. I do like the option to kind of move them around a little bit before I commit. I am what Tim Holtz would call a hovercrafter. I am the one that's like, oh, do I want to glue it here? Do I want to glue it there? But not consistently. Sometimes for me, it's just at random. Okay, I got the M off of there. Fortunately, she has a very short name, R-E-M-I. Oops, let go, let go, let go. There we go. Okay, so see, we're just gonna continue to put it here, and then with my ruler, I can decide where I want the whole name, which is great. Just be careful when you sit on your desk that you don't like attach it to things while you're trying to get more letters. Okay, and here's our last letter for the I in her name. And this one's a little tricky because it's so skinny, but it does work to do the same thing. And sometimes if I can't do it because of a skinny letter, or maybe it's, I don't know, whatever, I'll just put the last one on, leaving room for it. Yeah, that's a little crooked, so once I get these other ones there, I'll make sure I have room for this one. Let's put it up just a little bit so I know where it's going to go, or how much room it needs. There we go. Okay, so that's mostly stuck to the ruler because it's so skinny. But that's okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some glue on the back of these stickers. So that way I know they are stuck down. Yes, I'm probably getting a little bit of glue on my ruler. It will clean and wash. Don't worry about it. All right, and then I can decide where I want these letters to go. Once I decide, press them down where I've got the glue, and then I carefully go in. You can use tweezers if you need to, and oops, and release them. And if I was not on a live, this usually works much slicker. They just kind of slide off, but these are really skinny letters as well. So it's not working as great as it normally does. But you can see it did help with the spacing. I knew exactly where to put it. These letters are super skinny. There we go. I'll put this eye down here. And like I said, if you didn't care about the straight and perfect and all the things of it, you could just stick them down. But I do kind of like being able to kind of see how high or low do I want it. So that is kind of helpful and nice. I did not come up with that, but it's been around for a lot of years in the scrapbook world. That's how we always did our letters. We did a lot of die cutting back in the day. I still do. I feel like there's so many things you can do with die cuts. Okay, let's ink some of these some more. I think this inking with the coral is actually wonderful. I love it. It's saltwater taffy, not coral, but it's a coral color, and it just reminds me with this blue and this saltwater taffy, it kind of reminds me of bubble yum. When I was a Girl Scout leader, the girls used to sing this song about bubble yum. I don't remember the song now, but I remember them singing it, and these colors just remind me of bubble yum. And I think it's so perfect to go with the colors that are in the photo as well. So let's see. So even on these pages, you can put your photos and just have these dogs be in the background. Like this one doesn't have its head anyways, because that was just part of the pattern. There's just little feet there. Some of them you might see a little butt. Some of them you might see the head here, the tongue there, whatever. You can leave it like this and put a larger photo if you don't like that. I kind of think these photos go really great on the solid colored backgrounds as well, which is fun. Let's see. There she is sleeping again. You'd think all she did was sleep, but she really wasn't feeling well. We just didn't know. Yeah, see, more sleeping. Sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. Okay, and this one has a little bit bigger of a border out there. I'm not going to worry about the spacing and size of the border. I just think it's really cute just to have the border and put in some ink. Ink will save the day. And I think this page was from early on when we first got her. These are like our older photos, if you will. I think we've only had her for 3 years now. I'll have to look at the dates on these photos as well. Put in some dates just so we know. My daughter lived at home and did all kinds of wacky things with her. She dressed her like a unicorn, dressed her in PJs, did all the things. This was her, though, stealing my Sherpa. She absolutely loved the Sherpa. And I think I'm going to do it like this, maybe. And maybe there's a caption in there. Does it say like sleeping puppy or sweet puppy, or what does it say? Let's see what we have. We could even just do puppy love and put it there like this. I want to be able to see her cute little nose though. Or we could do my dog, since that was like the first little week that we brought her home. There's little colors and doggy bowls. That one says good boy. I probably won't use that one. Maybe I'll send it to Sharon. Oh, and there's cute other little puppy paw prints as well. Let's see. Let's see what I kind of like. I kind of like those little hearts in there. But I also kind of like the paw print too. And remember, if you have 2 signatures, to save yourself some of these things to use in the second signature. Sometimes that's why I will bounce around from signature to signature just to make sure, just to make sure I have a good mix of things from the front of the book to the back of the book. And then if I run out of all the goodies, I kind of have it spread between both signatures. And I can fill in with some plainer things or a different pattern, or even just leave it. So I'm going to glue these ones here kind of like this. I want to save room, a little bit of room for a trim. So put them over here. And then, of course, I'm going to need to go in and add things like charms and all of those things. Now, see how my photos are. This one is a little bit smaller than that one, even though I printed them out the same size and all the things. It's not going to matter because I'm going to put this here. And that kind of takes up the size differential right there. And we could still use some of our ink and add it to the edges here. Now these kind of have that shiny coating on them. If we really wanted this to stick and be there a little more prominent, we could rough the edges of these or even put some gesso or paint on the edge, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. Your Jake is a good boy. Aw. Yeah, Remy's signature color is saltwater taffy. Okay, so see, you can just go in and you know, if I'm done for today, I don't feel like doing anymore, I don't have to. I can just do a page or two. Maybe I get excited because I've got a really cute photo and I want to make sure it gets in here. You know, we can do just that. And I took this out earlier. It was difficult to get in there. So this is just a piece of scrapbook paper, and I glued it to a piece of cardstock paper so that it makes a cute little journaling card, or I can put more photos on here and I can just put them right back inside of the sleeve. So it just gives you options to have more room to put more photos, or more, maybe I want to put a little picture of the doctor's photos or doctor's notes or whatever the case may be. If you get like lab results or whatever, maybe you want to shrink those down and put them in here. Yeah, isn't this fun? Yeah, it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be challenging. You can do it in different steps. And my time is up. That's Leah's favorite phrase of mine. So we're going to head on over, because this is the Artistry Collective Live Craft With Me event. We're going to head on over to Make All the Things With Me and see what Leah has for our Crafter's Choice event. And then after her, we'll go to Christy's Crafty Cottage. Bye, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me and crafting with me here on this Craft and Chat with the Artistry Collective.